I just want to talk to you about what happens when the catheter comes out, because when the catheter comes out in the urologist's office, initially you will have some leakage of urine until things really get going. In fact, the first 24 to 48 hours can be pretty horrendous, and then things will dramatically improve. For about 5% of men, they're completely dry from the beginning and they have no problems. Most men have a bit of leakage for a couple of weeks up to a month afterwards, and then some men, depending on what happened in the surgery, will have leaking for a bit longer than that. I like to try and give you some samples to take home with you so that you have pads ready to go and you don't have to buy anything until you see what it is you're going to need. Pads are not cheap to buy, and so you don't want to be buying a huge bag of pads to find that they aren't the ones that work for you. All of these kinds of pads are called bladder control pads, and they're different from the pads that women wear for their periods. These pads all have gel crystals in them, just like the baby diapers, that suck the urine away from your skin and make it much more comfortable to wear them. So I'm going to give you some samples, but this is an example of what we would call a moderate-sized bladder control pad that would be great for a man to wear. It's nice and soft to touch. It has a sticky strip on the back of it, which means that it fits easily into your underpants, and so you can wear it and keep it in place. Now, it needs to be worn with jockey's type underwear because it needs to be kept close fitting to your body. Men will wear it towards the front. Women tend to put it straight in the middle. Men want to wear it towards the front. And what I would suggest until you get used to the comfort is that the first time I put it on is I would put it in your pants, get your pants sorted and comfortable for you, and then I would reach in and pull the sticky strip and stick it on. The reality is that these things don't stick and unstick very well, and so you can't keep peeling them off and resticking them. Pretty soon they won't stick anymore. So this is a moderate size pad.
Just in case it doesn't stick, could I pin it on with a...
You could pin it on, yes, if you needed to. You just be careful that you have the pin pointing away from yourself so that you don't... That's a good question.
Tiny
pin.
pins.
These are pretty good stickers, and as long as you stick it, and if you're wearing close-fitting underwear, they'll stay in place.
Okay.
This size moderate one will hold quite a lot of fluid. You'll be surprised. So when you feel your first leak or two into it, you only have to change it when it feels wet. I'm going to give you this one. I want you to take it with you to the urologist's office. When the catheter is removed, I want you to put it on before you leave the office so that on your way home, when you start to have a little bit of dribbling, you're going to be confident that you have something that will contain it for you. This is likely the size. This one happens to be made by Attens, but Tenna makes pads this size, and so does Depends make them for men as well, and Shoppers also carry a men's pad. So these are fairly accessible through any of the major drugstores. This is another one that I like to show you that you might want to use at nighttime just because it has more absorption to it. And this is a type of what we call a belted undergarment. You may have seen it advertised on television. It is fairly large, but it can be worn without underpants. The belt is reusable, so you get one belt and many pads in the package. And it allows you to go to bed at night after the catheters come out, and you won't have to wake up or have any problems.
The belt is not adjustable.
It is. It's elastic, and it's got a fairly good expanse to it.
If you got a small waist...
You're right. If you've got a small waist, you might want to buy a different size.
They come in different sizes?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Different companies make different styles. For example, I know that at Walmart you can buy a group like this with an elastic band on it.
Being from the old school, always saving a penny.
That's right.
I would probably put it.
You could do that. That's a good solution. Yeah, that's a very good solution. Okay. And then one last one that is an option, and it isn't meant to be intimidating, but there are these types of pads that are now come in what we call protective underwear, and so they're a pant that you can actually wear. So there are many different kinds of pads around out there. These are a few examples that I'm going to give you to take home to get you started. If you go to any of the home health stores like Shoppers or Dell, they have people there who can talk to you about these pads and give you some help if you need them. The pads like these are always found in the section where the diapers are, not in in any other section. But I'm certain that if you ask for help, they'd be more than willing to give you some. So best of luck with your surgery. I'll see you 3 weeks from now.